Hello, hello. This is FFJMON, and you are watching my YouTube channel. It's great to have you guys back. As I was thinking about making a video and thinking about what I was going to say, I just so happened to notice that today is actually the 1-year anniversary of the FFJMON YouTube channel. So I felt it was fitting to post a video to reflect on the year, how it all went, talk about kind of my reflections on the YouTube channel, and talk about kind of the path forward and what I would like to incorporate into future videos, and kind of talk to you guys about the focus of this channel and what I would like to do in the future. But before I get into that, I firstly just want to say to everyone, thank you so much for watching. It's been great and fun being able to make videos, and yeah, it's just a fun hobby to do, and I like watching YouTube and watching Pokemon related content, so I got a lot of inspiration from that. And I know I'm not like the most pristine Pokemon YouTuber, but I thought, I gave it a try and I've enjoyed it so far, and I've definitely learned some things from when I first started, and I would like to continue to learn and grow and be able to make more videos in the future. So yeah, I'm just very excited, and the numbers are the numbers. I'm happy for anyone who was able to view it, and I'm not really in it for the views. I'm just in it to kind of, post about things I enjoy, and also get feedback from people and see what they think about what's going on. And yeah, it's just kind of a fun little pastime and thing to do. So I appreciate everyone that's been on this journey with me, and yeah, I hope I can continue to do it in the future. So thank you very much. And then yeah, kind of moving forward with the channel, I want to continue to just talk about, I know I have a lot, I've been talking about the TCG kind of mostly, but I also want to keep watching through the Pokemon movies, because I pretty much have watched all of them, but I would like to watch them again and give them a thorough movie review. And I've liked doing those videos. They're a lot of fun. So I watched the Lucario and the Mystery of Mew probably like 3 or 4 months ago, but then I never ended up making a video about it like right after I watched it. So I'm kind of debating just like watching it again, even though I have watched it kind of recently. So I may just watch it again and then kind of make a review when I'm more fresh on it. So I think I might do that. So apologize for not making a video on it. It's been busy the past couple of months, but with things kind of slowing down and things being a little bit more stable, I think I'll be able to make more content. And kind of going into that too, I want to try to like be a little bit more consistent with making videos. I think if I could make like a full form video like 3 days a week, I think that'd be pretty great. And then I could sprinkle in shorts and stuff here or there. So I was kind of thinking of doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, post a full length video, and it may not be super long, or I kind of just want to make consistent content. So I'm gonna try to do that, and maybe you guys can hold me accountable. But yeah, I'd like to try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe like in the evening I post a video, just so you guys kind of know what time of day I'll be posting it. But yeah, I'll try to shoot for that. Shoot for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, posting full videos, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, post some shorts and stuff. But I'll try to do that. So that'll be fun and exciting, and yeah, I kind of have some motivation to get back into making some videos again more consistently. So happy about that. And then yeah, just kind of thinking about some ideas for the future. I want to keep collecting booster packs and try to continue the Pokemon booster pack collection. And yeah, I've been doing a pretty good job so far. I'm over 50% of the way done. I know there's a lot of packs left, and I know I've kind of been doing the more recent ones first, and still keeping up with the newer sets too as they get released. But I know as I get back into the older packs, it's one, going to get harder to get those packs for a good price, because I know they're going to be pretty expensive, and two, like buying just loose packs on their own without them being like in a sealed product is also challenging, just because like you want to buy from reputable sellers, you want to make sure they haven't weighed the packs, you want to make sure they haven't been like resealed or tampered with. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. And I'll try my best. And I think, I'm not in a rush, and like it would be nice to, like, let's say within like 5 years or so, like be able to collect all of them. But we'll see. We'll kind of see. And I was kind of thinking even a little bit about like maybe bending my rule a little bit of it being like English only, because I know, like, for example, Double Crisis, that's like, I'm pretty sure I want to, and I've also decided for that one, since like there's the Kyogre pack and the Groudon pack. This was from like the X and Y era. Basically each pack doesn't have the same cards, so like the whole set is Double Crisis, but then you only get specific cards in the Kyogre part of the set, and you only get specific cards in the Groudon or Team Magma and Kyogre and Team Aqua version. So I figured, I need to get 2 of those packs, just because like I want to get 1 pack from every main set, and the packs need to be like unique so that I have a chance of getting any of the cards within that set. So like if I only got a Groudon Double Crisis, then I wouldn't have a chance to get any of the Kyogre Double Crisis cards. So like I need to get both booster packs. So, but looking at like for those packs, for example, I'm pretty sure they're going for like $450 a pack for either the Kyogre or the Groudon pack. So that's like $900 to $1,000. But I was looking online, and you can basically get the same cards, obviously, but it's in a different language, of Double Crisis in, I think it's like the Portuguese pack is what I've seen on eBay. I don't know if there's like other types, but I've seen the Portuguese one, and those packs are going for like, $60-$70 a pack, and that's a lot more reasonable. So, I may bend the rule a little bit, and if the artwork is still going to be great and the pull rates and everything is still kind of the same, and it's basically the same cards, but like the text on the cards is in a different language, like I may consider just doing that. And I guess I would want to, because I feel like as long as I stick with a language that had the same kind of sets, like if it was literally the same set but a different language as like the English, I think I would be fine with that. Because like with Japanese, it's different, where you have a set, like here I have an example. I can use my Pokemon Japanese like Future Flash box, for example. So for example, if you get a booster pack of Future Flash, this only gets you part of the cards that are in Paradox Rift, because Paradox Rift is actually made up of Future Flash, Ancient Roar, and Raging Surf, which I just got recently. So I have 3 booster boxes, 1 from each set that you can get in English Paradox Rift, but those are all the Japanese specific sets. And then of course there's also some like Japanese starter decks that I think also go into Paradox Rift, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, like, yeah, I would want to get a pack that is representative of all the cards you could get out of the set. But if it was in a different language that wasn't English, I would be, I think, okay with that, especially if the price is significantly cheaper. So I may do that, and that it's kind of exciting. And I'm not sure, like Double Crisis was just one example, but I'm not sure if a lot of the older packs, like what the price difference really is going to be. I'm sure it would probably help a little bit, but I don't know if it'd be as substantial as like that Double Crisis example. But yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, so I'm going to keep doing that. I do want to also do a master set, which I'm excited about. And if you guys have already guessed it, the master set I want to do is Paradox Rift. So I don't know, for some reason I'm just really drawn to that specific Scarlet and Violet set. And I know I've seen like plenty of videos talking about like people's tier lists and ranking what their favorite sets are from the Scarlet and Violet era. And a lot of times I watch those videos specifically because I want to know where they put Paradox Rift, because I've been fascinated to see how the community feels about that specific set. And kind of what I've gathered from it is that I feel like the general public, I feel like consensus on it was that it wasn't that good of a set, But then when I've kind of read more online and kind of read what people's thoughts were on the internet, it sounds like people, like maybe later on as the set is getting older, people were maybe more fond of it than what they previously admitted. So I don't know, it's kind of a middle of the road set. I feel like some people really like it, some people said it wasn't that good, but I really like the cards in it. Yeah, and it's got a good amount of, special illustration rares and stuff, and illustration rares. Some of the highlights are like the Groudon, of course. I think that's like the biggest chase, the Altaria. I really like the Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant, and I like this set because it's like the first set that really went into the Paradox Pokemon, and that's what it's called, Paradox Rift. And I thought honestly that was the coolest part of the Scarlet and Violet games, is the whole future and past like aspect of it. Because I know there was obviously terrestrialization, there was the stuff with Terrapagos and what was the name of the DLC? It was what was it? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Oh, Blueberry Academy, and the one with all the Mighty Three or whatever they're called, with Ogerpon and Pecharunt and Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipity, that island that they were on, and with like Ursaluna and stuff. But so there's a lot, and obviously there's then like Chiyu, Shenpao, and Tianlu. So I mean, there's a lot of different aspects of Scarlet and Violet. There's Koraidon, Miraidon. There's your like ancient ruin legendary Pokemon. There's the Paradox Pokemon. There's like Ursaluna. There's Terrapagos. There's Ogerpon. There's the Mighty Three and Pecharunt. And I'm trying to think of any other like big things that were in Scarlet and Violet. Terrestrialization. I think I already said that. So yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot of different, unique aspects that, make up Gen 9. And I think my favorite out of all of those was Paradox Pokemon. Because, yeah, like, sometimes I thought the future Pokemon were a little silly. I did get Violet, so I had to kind of navigate that. I wish I would have gotten Scarlet, just because I think the past Pokemon are a lot cooler, rather than just being metal versions. But I think some of the metal Pokemon are actually really cool. For example, Iron Hands, I think is pretty sweet. I like Iron Valiant. And even like some of my favorite YouTube videos have been people like making concepts for like other Pokemon to get Paradox forms that that we hadn't got. Like I think someone made like a really cool dragon that looked like an old Charizard, and someone made one that looked like I forgot what it was. But yeah, like, and then someone made like a futuristic like Gengar, I think, and I could see like in the future them going back and making more Paradox Pokemon like they have with like Mega Evolution and stuff like that, because I think it's like a really cool gimmick, and it's a cool way to like refresh fan favorite Pokemon. And I think the whole idea of like Paradox Pokemon is really cool. So that's why I've been drawn to Paradox Rift, long story short. I know there's also Temporal Forces that had the beasts, the legendary beasts like Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, and then the Swords of Justice in there as well. That basically were the main ones in Temporal Forces, but I like Paradox Rift, I think, better, just because it was the original Paradox Pokemon. I like the Paradox Pokemon. Roaring Moon, I think, is so cool. I've always loved Salamence, and seeing like a past version of Salamence, I think, is sweet. And yeah, I just I really like Paradox Pokemon, and Paradox Rift I thought was a really cool set, and it's fairly inexpensive when compared to like some of the other master sets that you collect. I want to say it was one of the cheaper ones, because one, there's not as many cards. I mean, there's still a lot of cards. Oh yeah, I guess there's a decent amount of cards, but like I think the price and there's not like a super like big chase in Paradox Rift. Like the biggest chase is an illustration rare, not a special illustration rare. So I think it's a pretty doable set to try to collect. So yeah, I don't know if I'll get a Voltex binder. I gotta find a binder to obviously do the master set. But basically, like I've seen other YouTube videos of people doing master sets. I think it'd be really fun. You know, you've always had that dream of when you're a kid to like, you know, collect Pokemon cards, and I feel like back then, obviously, you had your binders and stuff, but like the binder quality just wasn't as good, and they didn't have the side-loading binders and all the sleeves and different ways to protect your cards. And like I feel like I'm kind of like redeeming how I did my binders back in the day to like do a master set now. And I think it's just fun, like collecting singles and sleeving them up and finding, you know, even the uncommons and uncommons. Like I think it's just a fun idea to try to do a master set. So I can actually show you guys where I'm at right now. I think so far, here's all the unique cards that need to go in my Paradox Rift master set. So most of these are, I think all of these pretty much are just like common and uncommons. And then, and some rares of course. And then, as you guys have seen in my past videos, I have pulled, I think, one illustration rare. And one of my viewers, I think, corrected me, because back when I was first doing this, I didn't really know the difference between illustration rare, special illustration rare, all that stuff. But it was the Porygon Z illustration rare is what I pulled out of Paradox Rift. I think it was like one of my first videos last year in December. I think it was either in December or January. But yeah, I got that. So I'll add that to the master set. So here's, yeah, all those sleeved up cards. So I'm excited to put those in a binder and start chugging along on that master set. So I think that'll be pretty fun. So that, yeah, I'll make more videos kind of talking about that, showcase the cards in Paradox Rift. And yeah, I want to do some like set ranking videos, because you know how like the very first video is me ranking like my favorite Pokemon and kind of putting them in order and stuff like that. And maybe someday I'll do another one of those. I think for right now, I don't think any of my choices have really changed too much, so I probably won't do that. But eventually I probably will do one again doing that. And then, but I do want to do a ranking of like my favorite Scarlet and Violet sets. And yeah, probably the same thing with like Mega Evolution once it's done. And I might even go into some of the past ones. And you know, it's hard because I'm not going to be ranking it from my experience of like opening a ton of them, because you know, there's a lot of generations or eras where I didn't really open those booster packs. But I'll at least like look through the set list and kind of like, you know, and I've been researching and hearing people talk about different sets, and I know like kind of what cards are from different eras and stuff. So I think I can kind of give it a good ranking just based off of knowing what cards are in there and kind of the history of the set. So I think that'd still be fun. So I definitely want to do some of those ranking videos. And then, yeah, of course I'd like to open up some packs. Mainly the newer packs that I'm collecting for my pack collection, because I like to at least have one saved for the collection. And then, you know, you can't just buy like one pack really from Pokemon when you're buying like a new set. I mean, you can if it's like a sleep booster, but which I would prefer to get, because those would, you know, store nicely, and you know, they're kind of good packs and they're good to have. But if it's like a special set like Ascended Heroes that's coming up, you can't just buy one pack of that. You have to get like a booster bundle or a tech sticker collection or a 3-pack blister or whatever. So if I ended up getting that, then I'm obviously going to probably keep one pack for my collection and then open up the other ones and show you guys what I get out of it. And like I've told you guys, if I, you know, don't get any big pulls, then it's always a fun assumption to say, hey, the big hit is in the pack that I saved in my collection. So that's always kind of fun. So if I get a big hit, I can say, hey, yes, awesome, I got a big hit. Maybe there's still a big hit in my pack that I kept. But then if I don't have a big hit, I can say, hey, that's all the more reason to think that I'm saving the big hit. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. That's the future of the channel at this point. And yeah, if I come up with other fun ideas, I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll do some streaming of me like playing a Pokemon game. Because because yeah, it'd be fun to add some gaming aspects in there as well. So maybe I'll do that. So yeah, some of the gaming stuff, some of the Pokemon collecting stuff, definitely some of the Pokemon movies, and yeah, maybe I'll do some rankings of like some of the TV shows and stuff too. Maybe I can get back into that at some point. But yeah, definitely some fun things to look forward to. Oh, and lastly, I kind of wanted to show you guys just before I end the video, and once again, thank you all for a great first year on YouTube, and it's definitely been fun, it's been exciting, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what next year's going to bring. But I did want to show you guys, I think, some of the packs that I've added to my collection that I don't think I've shown yet. So just to give you guys a little flavor of that, let's see. What haven't I shown? Oh yeah. Okay. I think I showed this one, but I just like it and I want to show it again. So I do have a black and white base set pack with Zepstriker on the front, so I'm happy to have that. And then I also recently got 2 of these bad boys. Well, actually 3 of these. Where is it? Yeah. I got 3 of these. So you guys know the Pop series, right? I'm going to collect all those packs. And the reason why is because the Pop series packs is basically a bunch of promo cards, but they come in booster packs. And they're basically like promo cards that were released in Japanese and you couldn't get them in English, but then they made these Pop series packs where you could get them at specific Pokemon like play events that had these promo cards, and there's like 9 Pop series sets in total. Each of the packs come with 2 cards and 1 energy, and yeah, you can get some pretty cool cards out of there. So I ended up getting some of those. I'd like to collect all 9 at some point, but I have 3 out of the 9. I have Pop series 9 that has Garchomp on the front. I have Pop series 8 with Heatran on the front. And I have Pop series 6 with Lucario on the front. So yeah, those are some pretty cool pickups for sure. And then of course I have Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames. So I got this from a pre-release event. So I didn't open up. Actually, yeah, I had some extra Phantasmal Flame. I think an extra pack that I opened up on my 3-on-3 video that I posted recently. So yeah, I did open up some Phantasmal Flame for you guys. But then yeah, I got this from my Build and Battle box from the pre-release, and I did play the pre-release, and I actually ended up finally winning, because the past couple that I did, I went 0 for 3 on the day. So my first pre-release I ever did was Surging Sparks. I went 0 for 3. Well, I say I went 0 for 3, but technically I went 1 for 2 because the third person I was supposed to play didn't show up. And then back then, so that was last year, 2024, the winner of each round of the pre-release would get a free Surging Sparks Build and Battle box. So that was pretty cool. And I ended up winning because the person didn't show up. So I was technically 1 for 2, and I got a free Surging Sparks Build and Battle box that I ended up opening, and I think I opened up all those packs and stuff. But that was cool. But then this time, if you kind of can tell how times have changed a little bit, I did it through the same, LGS and everything. When I won, I actually won one from Phantasmal Flame, and it was actually like a legit, round of playing, and I actually like beat the person I was up against. It was a pretty short battle. I think I won it within like the first 2 or 3 turns, just because they had like one basic Pokemon, and then they didn't have any they could put on the bench like from their hand, like they couldn't shuffle or get any of the cards they needed. So I ended up like winning because they ran out of Pokemon to put in the active spot. So I ended up winning, so that was fun. And I just got like one Phantasmal Flame booster pack as like my prize instead of like a whole build and battle box, which is fine. Like I was happy to still, you know, get something for free for winning, so that was definitely cool, and I enjoyed the pre-release event. So I'll try to do another one with whatever sets next after Ascended Heroes, because yeah, all the special sets don't have those pre-release tournaments. But yeah, that'd be fun. Oh, and that could be another video to do, kind of just talking about pre-release events, how to like build a deck. So I can maybe do an example like after I do that event, because I think I've already kind of deconstructed some of the ones I've done already. But maybe when I do that next one, I could show you guys kind of my thought process in building the deck and tell you guys how I did and kind of show you the build and battle box and stuff like that. So that'll be a fun video as well. So that was cool. But yeah, I guess going back to the booster packs. Yeah, I think I showed you I got Mega Evolution. Cause yeah, I think I got a sleeve for that, and then yeah, I got all the Scarlet and Violet sets, of course, and yeah, I got some of those Pop Series packs, and yeah, so that's kind of the status of the channel right now. I'm really excited. Once again, just thank you all for a great first year. Thank you to all of my 66 subscribers for supporting the channel and watching the videos. Thank you for, yeah, being a part of that. And hopefully, yeah, I can continue to give you guys some fun content. And yeah, just please let me know in the comments any of your thoughts. Let me know how I can improve and what you guys want to see. And oh yeah, also I think it'd be fun to do a video kind of talking about other Pokemon YouTubers and telling you guys like which ones are my favorites and kind of what different people talk about, and you know, maybe talk about some news and stuff just like with Pokemon in general. Because yeah, I've been playing Legends ZA as well. Legends ZA has been fun. I haven't finished it yet, but I know there's the DLC I think coming out tomorrow, which I probably won't get yet because I haven't even like beat the main game. So I'm not gonna like buy the DLC until I, you know, am finished with the main game and kind of feel like I would like to try it, or if like they release enough cool Pokemon where it's like, oh man, that looks sweet. But yeah, that's been fun. And yeah, you know, just news with Pokemon and stuff happening, and I would like them to release a movie at some point. We haven't gotten a movie since Secrets of the Jungle, I think. And I thought they were going to try to release Detective Pikachu 2, but I guess we'll see if that's still the case. But yeah, and I need to get back into the anime. I gotta find, I think I was watching on Netflix, and I gotta find a way to get back on that. Because I really liked Sun and Moon. I really liked X and Y. I didn't finish the Pokemon Journeys. I was kind of going through it, but then I stopped, and I know like how it ends and everything with Ash. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, I want to watch that. I don't know. It was tough because like I went from X and Y, which was amazing, to Sun and Moon, which initially I was like, I was kind of skeptical about, but then Sun and Moon ended up being such a good anime. It was so good, and the animation style was great. I loved all of Ash's like companions and stuff, and the whole like him being at school and everything I thought was like a brilliant idea. Him staying with like Professor Kukui, and man, it was just so good. And the Pokemon, like I like Sun and Moon Pokemon are cool. I'm not too crazy about like Ultra Beasts and stuff, but man, they really knew how to like hit you in the feels for Sun and Moon, especially like toward the end. It was just so good. And it was just so wholesome too, and like the way that Ash, I think they combined like him being good and being like a strong trainer and stuff. Like he was definitely more mature in X and Y, and he was definitely more goofy in Sun and Moon, but like they didn't take away his expertise in battle with, like they kept, I feel like, all the good elements from X and Y in terms of him being mature and him knowing how to battle and stuff like that, but then they still infused like the funny like side of Ash that we would see like in the first season of the anime when he was first starting out and kind of being silly with Brock and Misty and kind of, you know, sometimes having to, you know, figure things out and stuff like that. So I feel like the balance of him being more experienced as a trainer versus him being like silly 10-year-old kid or however old Ash is now, I thought they did a really good job with that. And his companions were really cool. Because, like, I think the thing that Journeys I was struggling with was I don't mind Go, and I didn't mind whatever the name of the girl was that was with them, but and also I feel like they were just like jumping around so much, and I feel like they were trying to like incorporate so much, and they were trying to incorporate stuff from Pokemon Go, and you know they're doing the league challenge, and then there were so many people coming back from all these different seasons, and that's cool for sure, but I didn't really feel like it had like a identity at the beginning, whereas like all the other ones, you know, it's like, oh, you're in this region and you're, you know, experiencing these Pokemon that are specific to that region, and you know you're kind of getting immersed into that specific region's world. Whereas Journeys, like the title of it, I feel like it was more, you know, oh, they're going to Vermilion City, oh, they're going to like Hoenn, oh, they're going to whatever. Like, I feel like they were bouncing around a lot, which I think was kind of the point, but it was like supposed to be this big like global challenge. But I also feel like the identity of them being in Galar just didn't really feel like a thing. And maybe that's something that Horizons kind of fixes, or maybe it doesn't, but I kind of like the identity of learning about the specific region that you're in. That's like new. And I feel like that's something that as I've kind of struggled with too, as like even the new games have come out, because like they try to introduce so many Pokemon from past games into the future games, because you know a lot of people want the old Pokemon to still be there. It kind of takes away from the identity of that new region if you're like, you know, obviously have new Pokemon, but then you still try to, you know, put in a bunch of old Pokemon too. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. So but long story short, I would like to get back into watching the anime and talk about it, so that'd be fun. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. I'm just, yeah, like I said, very thankful for doing the channel. I'm glad I kind of have a consistent way to make videos. And yeah, I'm just happy to continue to make some content for you guys. And yeah, I look forward to posting more and doing this again for another year. And also just seeing how we can grow from, because obviously we went from nothing to this, and it'd be fun to see where we go from here to a year from now. So I guess December 3rd is officially the FFJMON anniversary day, and we'll try to just keep that 12-3 and keep it going year after year. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. This is FFJMON. You're watching my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you later. Thanks.